Let's see if I can get this in. But first of all, I love you all. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is a huge subject, but I'm going to try and condense it down to the simplicity of a child explaining it. Right? When you look up at a sun, first time you see a sun, hey, that's free energy, right? Okay. It's almost as if that's all you need to say about how the universe works, actually, in one sentence. But be that as it may, there's a big difference when you're in the personal proximity of another being, right? And you're connecting your eyes, soul to soul, star to star. That's what I do with the star every day. I go out and I look directly up at the sun. And then what happens is, hey, there you are. Yeah, baby, how you doing? Let's get some work done. We're going to wrap this house in a bubble of love. Bring a rainbow out. So you realize the power of your energy through your soul can make that happen. And that's called energy. That's a lot of energy because that's the intent of your energy, which is to expand more love, more love, more love, more love. And that's powerful energy. So all the cells in my body are experiencing the love that I'm generating. So all the little spiral spirits and those elements, those are happy little cells, huh? So you realize those little cells, which is the cross in the cell, you got a little cell and a cross in a cell. When that cell is at the center point of the cell is experiencing what you are, which is what love is, it goes on forever. I guarantee you that's a happy little cell. So if you've got 57 trillion cells, that's 57 trillion cells that are happy and jumping for joy. So your atoms cycling worlds. Man, where are you getting all this energy? Where is this child getting all this energy? Or climb a mountain, parachute out of an airplane, right? Surf a 40-foot wave. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're actually doing energetic work when you're doing stuff like that because you're expanding the light, because your feet are grounded to the water, to the ocean, right? Blue skies. So I wanted to make sure that I sort of covered another subject that is certainly related to that. And I had a beautiful conversation with a friend of mine this morning named Nathan because he's another nature boy, okay? And so you're in flow. You're in flow with the waves that are in harmony when you are in nature. So you realize you're a musician, a natural musician, because you're self-tuning your own waves to be in an equilibrium state of zero, which is 0 ohms, which is no batteries and no memory required, because you zeroed out your clocks, the minus slash the plus. When you're at zero, which is 0 ohms, that's called least effort, and now you're in the flow. Now that you're experiencing the flow, you're dancing with the flow of your energy to be in harmony with the waves of the energy that are flowing through the universum. And when you're in love with what you are in energy, which is what your soul is, which is your state of consciousness, you're experiencing a state of bliss. I call it heaven. So you know that heaven is within the heart, which is the center point of a sphere, which is the center point of a cell, which is the center point of a star. Now you can open up the electron, the proton, and the neutron window, and boy, you got yourself your own very own Stargate. Yeah, baby, it's in balance. And when you're vibrating those atoms at a high rate of speed, which is what a love vibration is, you're zooming. So they call us zoomers. Zooming, which means we're there before they get there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We get there before they get there. That's called cutting them off at the curve, cutting them off at the space, right? Cutting them off at the pass. The bandits are coming. We're already there. That's a real native Indian scout, scouting the terrain, scouting the universe of consciousness terrain from which love creates a universe that is in love with itself. So now you get into the computer side of things, you get into the machine side of things, you get in the information side of things, and you begin to realize, hey, I'm a computer terminal. I'm running a high-speed computer. Right now you're back into the minus and the plus, and you realize, okay, you're communicating with me. You got a voice. You look somewhat like me because you got a head, two arms, a couple of eyeballs, and a nose and a mouth, and you're producing a sound and communicating in a language. But it's pretty easy to understand when you're communicating with a machine, because if you're connected to artificial intelligence that is data mining all your data, then all it's got to do is regurgitate back out of what it is to what you are in your mirror, what it is in its mirror, but its mirror is an AI mirror. So how do you know the difference? When you're simply connected screen to screen, what it is that they are and what you are, and the difference between a machine running on AI and being a soul, right? That isn't a machine mind, right? So this is when you get into the information wars, which are called character symbol wars, and they have a certain way that they are coded, right? Like programming codes, symbols, letters, alphanumeric ways in which energy as sound, if you will, that has the least amount of effort, right? Or what we call seeking the pathway of least electrical density so we can spread more light. And it's obvious that water worlds become least effort because now it can travel at a higher rate of speed to spread more light, because that's the difference between the ratio of water and heat. To keep yourself cooled down, so what it is you're creating using your creative intelligence imagination isn't going to burn the house down, right? So you know that water is the most effective extinguishing agent of cooling heat in a ratio of 300 to 1. That's why we're mostly water. Because the amount of energy that we have access to in electrons is enormous. And that's why as a child I thought, electrical wars, really? Like there's a shortage of electrical power to be able to run and power yourselves? No. So now you get into the difference between a psycho pathway, which is the mental pathway, the X side, X Geek Squad side, that don't run as fast as eternal atoms vibrating with a love vibration, which is least effort. See? So now you get into what we call the resistance game, which is their resistance to experience what we are, which means zero resistance. So you can experience their resistance through the resistance that we experience in us through them, because of the difference in the mirror they run and the mirror that I run. And that's how we identify them on a computer network, when all you can see is an image producing a sound communicating with you. So there are a lot of ways in which to be able to determine who they are and who they're not. So I wanted to leave that with everyone for the day. Have a great day. We love you all.